All right, happy 4th of July. I hope you guys are well. We're going to jump right in. We've got upcoming assignments. I hope you all are staying on task. With the extended due dates, I really want you guys to consider, keeping up with the material. We're on chapters 14 and 15 this week. You've got till August 2nd to submit all of your assignments, and everything is open. But there won't be any extensions following August 2nd, okay? So just keep that in mind. Get that work done. You guys are doing great. I've even had some submissions today on the 4th of July, which kind of has blown me away. So you guys are hardworking and sticking it out, and I appreciate it. I appreciate your participation in this course. So Chapter 14 really jumps into the development of resources and programming that we realize as social workers it's our innate responsibility to improve the human condition. That's what our purpose is. That's why we're in the field. We want people to succeed and be successful and self-sufficient, and we do that through social reform, social justice, equality. We do it through macro level practice. What I wanted to touch on today is how do we get to a place of macro level practice, right? Maybe making changes within our communities. Well, we get there through micro level practice, right? Through acknowledging that there are certain patterns of problems that exist, that continue to exist. And when we see a pattern of, like for instance, working for Judge Mailing in Kenton County, I would say upwards of 90% of the cases that we reviewed in court were substance use related. Okay, so for me, and seeing a ton of recidivism, seeing the same people coming in over and over, the call to action there was, and the call for change was, this question existed within me: why? Why do we continue to see cases related to substance use in Northern Kentucky? What's going on? Why do we continue to see recidivism, which is people showing back up once they regain custody of their children? Could be due to relapse, could be due to self-sufficiency concerns, a lot of transportation concerns, and acknowledging those issues and then trying to create change. That's what our call is as social workers, okay? So, macro intervention, resource development, advocacy, and community organization. So resource development, if we jump forward here, I want to share this with you guys. I worked really hard on this when I worked for Judge Mailing because we saw a lot of substance use cases. And so I worked to develop, with the Office of Drug Control Policy and Amanda Peters, I worked to develop a family recovery court docket. That's how it initially began. I was doing my internship as a master level student and working with Amanda Peters on program development. So what first occurred was I acknowledged an issue within the community, which is substance use disorder, right? All these people are coming to court with the same issue. And I wanted to combat that. So, going back to this slide, advocacy, I should have put in there research. Maybe that should have been number one, research, right? I started to research other communities and how they were handling their substance use crises. And there were a lot of recovery court dockets that existed. One in Claremont County, one in Marion, Indiana. Jefferson County has a recovery court docket now, and it's different from drug court. Recovery court docket is more incentive-based. So I started going out into the community, driving around to Claremont County, to Marion, Indiana, trying to learn about their approach to these substance use cases, because it's everywhere, right? Everybody's dealing with this. And what I found was the counties that were utilizing a recovery court docket, they were seeing less recidivism rates. They were seeing success with their clients. And so what I did then, at the macro level, you'll do this when you're trying to create a program, is I started meeting with other community providers who could collaborate with me, with the courts, in getting something up and going in Kenton County. So what I did is I would meet regularly with other community providers, the Peer, and that's in Newport. It's an agency run by peer support specialists, which are people who are in recovery themselves. And I would meet with Mental Health America. I would meet with the Life Learning Center, and we would have ongoing communication about the progress of the idea of this program, right? Which eventually led up to the development of the program. And as this is my white paper that I submitted to get it up and going, we got the problem statement, we got program to address the problem, we have a mission statement. You want to establish eligibility guidelines, program specifics, the phases, what it's going to look like, and then a call to action that we invite people to attend a forum, the whole community to attend a forum, so that we can tell the community about what we're trying to implement, right? So here is the community forum invite to be held at the Life Learning Center. Judge Shriver is out of Claremont County, and he's been enacting a recovery court docket for a few years now, and sees a lot of success there. And then, of course, Judge Mailing, who I worked for, who really wanted to spearhead such a program within his own courtroom. Unfortunately, because of COVID, everything is still on hold, so it still hasn't taken off. As you can see, this was supposed to be on May 4th, and it was canceled, rescheduled. I no longer work there, although I still assist. If they need me, I'm there. I hope that it's enacted eventually, right? Because that's what we do as social workers. We take an issue, we acknowledge an issue, we research an issue, we create a program, we collaborate to create the program, and we give credit where credit's due, and we take no credit, right? We just want to see change within our communities and within our systems. And that's what, I guess what I would say to you is that it takes a lot of time. This still isn't off the ground, but eventually we all hope to see that it does get off the ground, that it becomes a program in Kenton County specifically. So moving forward, I wanted to provide you with some resources. The Northern Kentucky Office of Drug Control Policy also recognized an ongoing pattern of concerns within our community. With COVID-19 hitting, they took action. This office and Amanda Peters and the people that work for her took action and created this really awesome resource that, let me see if I can open it here. Open. So, this is what Northern Kentucky looks like operating upon COVID-19 standards and Governor Beshear's guidelines of limited person-to-person interactions. So the office went in and created a Google document. And this really, if you look through here, you've got different tabs: inpatient treatment, outpatient treatment, medically assisted treatment, MAT, services for pregnant women, services for people who have private insurance. But the point was, all of these resources existed in Northern Kentucky. But once COVID hit, no one knew what was operating and what was not. So the Office of Drug Control Policy started calling places. How are you operating? And this Google document was provided to practitioners across the state, quite frankly. I have sent this to individuals who live as far south as Georgetown, you know. So what they did was they recognized a pattern, an issue, and then they created this document. And super helpful. I've provided it in the PowerPoint so you could save it. Obviously, some of this will change over time, but you know of the resources, phone numbers, contacts. Let me see here. Let me see. If you're specifically working within a population of substance use, right? So give that a look over. I hope you guys take away from that and save it, keep it. And then I wanted to provide you with another resource that St. Elizabeth has provided. Maybe. Let me see if I can get it to open. It's kind of funky. Okay. So if you go through this, we've got different programs for babies, childcare supplies or childcare resources, educational resources, food and emergency assistance resources, and the same kind of thing with this. There are so many resources in Northern Kentucky, and narrowing in on what's out there, kind of documenting what's out there to further help our clients when we see patterns of concerns. So I hope that you guys save that as well. And then, like I said, don't forget to review Chapter 15 PowerPoint, which is going to be provided in Canvas. And it's a PowerPoint from the Cengage website. Really focuses in on family functioning and how we approach therapy at a family level. And then all assignments due by August 2nd. Please stay on task. Like I said, there won't be any extensions past August 2nd. I really just hope your takeaway this week is that you realize that you have the ability to create change, and that recognizing ongoing issues, patterns of concerns with different clients, that you then step back and you acknowledge the need for change and the call for action, and that you're capable of creating that change. All right, I hope you guys, like I said, have a great 4th of July weekend, and I'll see you next week.